I mean, that's really kind of like the billion-dollar question is how to sustain happiness. And I don't have very, very good answers about that. Um, but because the studies so far are really showing that happiness can be improved or increased, at least temporarily. Um, we don't have a lot of studies that show the effect lasts really, really long. I think we have a study that shows it lasts like a year maybe, but the key is that people who are able to sustain the happiness after, say, trying to be more grateful or trying to be more kind to others or try to savor positive experiences, basically they're the ones that they're continually engaging in those activities. But you mentioned hedonic adaptation. So hedonic adaptation is basically the phenomenon that human beings are just very good at getting accustomed to sort of changes in their lives. So we get a raise at work, we get we get a gift, we move into a nicer home, even a new relationship, we have LASIK eye surgery. That's one of my examples. And at first it's amazing, we get this boost, but then we sort of start taking it for granted. And that can happen with happiness strategies as well. Like, right, we might start, a sort of a gratitude practice, and then after a while it sort of fails to give that boost. And so what research is showing is that what you need to do is kind of vary things up, sort of variety is a spice of happiness. And so you might express gratitude in different ways. You might like express gratitude one day, savor a different day, meditate a different day. There's lots of strategies. My book, The How of Happiness, basically talks about 12 different sort of categories of strategies. I'm actually trying to update it right now. I just got permission from my publisher to update it, which is a big job. But I should say that everything in that book is accurate. It's just now there's more research to kind of back up the strategies I already talked about. And so varying the strategies is important. And having, I don't know, any way, it's really hard to develop new habits, right? And there's a whole literature on habit formation. So how do you create habits? So on the one hand, you want to create a habit, like every time I feel angry or anxious or sad, I might try this. On the other hand, if the habit is too well developed, then you don't feel the boost anymore. So there's a little dilemma there. So it is difficult, but you have to continue putting effort into the strategies. I mean, one of my colleagues, Bob Rosenthal, I think mentioned to me a long time ago, because I often get asked this question or critiqued, like, oh, your study's only lasting for a little while. And he said, well, no one ever says this about drugs, right? Like when you stop taking the aspirin, your headache comes back, And so no one says that, oh, well, aspirin isn't effective because the headache comes back after you stop taking it. So you have to do the strategy, you have to continue doing the strategy. But how do you get people to sort of continue to kind of like same thing with dieting, same thing with exercise, right? You have to keep exercising. You have to keep dieting. Like you can't go on a diet for 2 weeks or a month and then you're done. You're not done for the rest of your life. You diet really your whole life.